Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, If You're Gone. So, I don't know if you've ever heard of it, probably not, because only 256 people rated it so far on IMDb, and it came out in 2019. So, hour and 54 minutes long. Let's get that stuff out of the way. And 5.7 so far, but again, under 300 reviews. Ben Davies is in it. You've known him if you've seen faith-based movies before. He's in a lot of them. And Burgess Jenkins is another name I recognize. He's from Remember the Titans. So he's in this. The other people I don't recognize just looking at their names, but maybe I'll recognize them when I see them in the movie. It's about a high school student, a guy who disappears the night of his graduation, and his girlfriend's left to question everything about what she knew about them, what she knew about him, what she knew about their relationship in order to try and find him. That's what it says on IMDb. I don't know. I think it's kind of interesting. It's got an interesting plot to me. I'm excited about it. I know these don't get a lot of views, but let me get into it. Find out what it's about. Give you a better idea, and let you know what I think. I'm kind of excited. So stick around. I'll be back. Hey everybody, I want to do a quick check-in here. We're watching If You're Gone. We're at the 1 hour, 1 minute, 38 second mark. Just checking in here. It's kind of what they said. You know, this kid goes missing the day after he graduates. He's dating a junior. And so his girlfriend sees him the night before he goes disappearing, and he says, "I love you." She says, "I love you," for the first time, by the way. And he's never seen from him again. Now, you know, so she's now trying to find him and do everything she can. And the reason I kind of stopped it here, like, obviously they're working with a detective. And the detective is the guy from Remember the Titans. But like, his interaction with her is so harsh. Like, you would think that as a detective you'd have a little bit more compassion. And, you know, I get it, like, she probably bothers him a lot. At least that's what he alludes to. But, you know, she finds information, she gives it to him, you think he'd be like, okay. You know what I mean? But he's really like, yeah, this isn't going to be anything. Like, it's funny the way that he treats her, and that's kind of why I stopped it. But also in this, as I mentioned, Ben Davies, he plays a different kind of character than he has in previous movies. He's kind of he was his best friend, so, what's his name? Brad. Brad is the kid who's missing. So Brad is missing. Ben Davies' character, who's Lizard is his name, was his best friend prior to him starting to date this girl. So that's kind of where the faith piece comes in. Like, she's you know, she goes to church, and it's not heavy in that form or fashion, but, you know, he alludes to the fact that they're not friends anymore because he dates her and she's a Sunday school kid or something like that. You know, and so but, like, he's playing a character who is probably a bad influence on Brad when they were actually being friends. And evidently Brad has a history that she didn't necessarily know about of, you know, not a little bit of a criminal history in a sense. You don't know too much about it, but they allude to that and whatever. And that's when him and Lizard were friends. And so it's interesting to see him play that kind of role. But so far so good. I mean, of course, everybody's wondering, where is he? Where did he go? You know, the timeline is after graduation. Now she's gone back to school, so it's like 3 months he's been missing, and she's, you know, still looking for him, and there's still no clues on anything. There's a little bit of clues here and there, but nothing substantial. So, but with that, of course, she's obsessed with trying to find him, and she's kind of ruining her relationship. She's ruining school, you know, because all that's going on. So she's really focused on finding him still, and not focusing on either moving forward or continuing to, you know, live her life. So there you go. That's what I got for you. I'm interested to see where it goes from here. But so far so good. So I'll check back in a little bit, let you know how it's going, and give you my final thoughts. Stick around. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of If You're Gone. A little long, hour and 54 minutes. And I have to say, you know, it was good. I enjoyed it. Like, if you couldn't tell in the check-in, I really liked the plot idea. I liked the whole premise. I liked the acting. You know, and for those of you who care. You know, faith-based movies I enjoy. It's not heavy, you know, so if you're worried about that, you don't gotta worry. There are some, you know, there's references to prayer and God and stuff like that, but it's not over the top, you know, so sometimes that scares people, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know, whatever your cup of tea is. For me, it doesn't matter. This one's really good and in that regard, and not over the top. Anyway, I won't belabor that anymore. But, you know, the whole movie is about this kid who's gone missing for months at a time. And I think, you know, the whole story and everything for that was really good. I like that aspect of it. And not that I didn't like, you know, like the whole thing is, well, what happened to him? You know, are you going to find out what's happening to him? You know, sometimes you might not even find out. Sometimes you might find out. You don't know. You know, but, you know, when you either find out what happened or you find out that you're not going to find out what happens at that moment, on that one, you know, good but not great. Could have been a little bit different. I would have, it's hard to say without, you know, going into it in too much detail and possibly spoiling it, but, you know, I think there's some things maybe they could have done a little bit different if they were going to go the route that they did. There were some things I think they should have done a little bit different, you know. So, you know, I'll say this, I mean, it's months. Like I said, this kid was missing for months. So, that's the only piece. Everything else was good. There you have it. So I think that's all you need to know. I really do. It's hard to go any deeper without spoiling it for you, but I mean, if you like these types of movies, it's a good one. It's not heavy. It has an interesting plot line, and yeah, that's it. A little bit long, but that's okay. I think it was worth the watch. Not disappointed I watched it, that's for sure. I enjoyed it. Like I said, there's just a little aspect I would change, but just a little bit. But I can't go into any more detail, so hopefully I was helpful at all. If not, I apologize. But that's what I got for you. Had to be somebody else to review. Let's get the number over 300 ratings on IMDb. All right, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.